new babe. So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. So listen, man, real quick before we get into today's video, shout outs to Mr. Nightmare, by the way. The video is gonna be 3 disturbing children's drawings. You know how we talked about the other day, paying attention to what our kids be drawing or are into. This one is 3 disturbing children's drawings with backstory. So it's probably gonna be extremely creepy and crazy. All right, we may find out about some demented kids. All right, and real quick before we get in, I gotta tell y'all a funny story from last night, man. So listen, I don't think I told y'all, but me and Queen been doing this Daniel's fast, right? We did it. We started July 1st, yeah, and it's for 21 days, right? So a lot of y'all familiar with it. For those of you who aren't, it's no meats, it's no breads, it's no rice, it's just vegetables, fruits, water, grains, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And maybe some more stuff that I'm leaving out. So we've been doing it. And we've been holding steady strong for it. Now it's definitely been taking a toll on us. You know what I mean? But we've been pushing through. So last night, I told y'all this week was my son's birthday, so we decided to celebrate his birthday this weekend. So we took him to Dave & Buster's last night. So, me and Queen being the Daniel's Fast, well, what do we call ourselves? I don't know. But us trying to be ahead of things because we know we're going to get tempted there. Number 1, it's alcohol, temptation. We're going to have lots of temptation there with alcohol. All right. Number 2, the good food. Food everywhere, all kind of different foods, fruits, vegetables. I mean, not fruits and vegetables, different stuff, foods and cakes. We're going to get tempted. So we look on the menu before that we get there and we're like, okay, maybe we need to eat before we go so we're full. We won't want anything. But then we look on the menu and it's like, oh, look, they got like a vegan style burger, like maybe the Impossible Burger. We can get that. They cook the fries in a certain oil. We can have that, and we can get some water, and we'll be fine. No temptation either. So I get there, try to make the story quick. We get there, right, and we're having a good time. So I get ready to order. I look at the waitress and I say, hey, I want to get this, this, and this. Everything that I just told y'all I wanted, I ordered, right? And I asked questions. I was like, that is what type of burger? She's like, oh, completely plant-based. Everything like that, good to go. I was like, okay, can't have the bread. She said, no, we can wrap it in lettuce. Perfect. You're on point. That's what I want. That with the fries and a water. Perfect. So I'm sitting around. Order finally comes out after a long wait, but I get it. It's so much going on around there. I'm not one of those type of customers. So when it finally arrives, I'm starving. I'm just ready to eat. So I pick it up. It's on the lettuce. I bite into it. Queen looks at me. I said, yo, this thing is good. I'm telling everybody, this thing is good. This thing is on point. Take another bite. Boom. Oh, and I'm just raving about the place. I'm raving about it. Oh, we got to come here. I don't even care if we come here to play games. While we on this fast, we can come here and get these burgers. Take the 3rd bite. By the time I take the 3rd bite and sit it down, I look to my left. The waitress is standing in front of me and she's bawling in tears, bro. Bawling in tears. I'm like, yo, what's wrong? Whoa. What's wrong? She's like, I'm so sorry. They messed your order up and they gave you a real burger. A beef burger. It's like, really? Wasn't my fault, y'all. 100%. Queen over there, dying laughing, bro. Just dying laughing, man. Oh my God, was she dying laughing. By the way, her food had just came out when she came over crying. So Queen gonna slide her plate to the side, laugh and point. It was like, well, I'm not eating that. But you enjoy it. Oh, I was fuming with Queen, man. She kicked me all the way while I was down, bro. It was funny, man. You know what I mean? It wasn't my fault. I had 3 bites, It ain't my fault, but it was just funny. I had to tell you about that because the waitress, she was bawling, crying about it, man. I was like, listen, it's okay. It's not that serious. It's okay. You know, here's Queen right here, by the way. Hey.
Hey.
I'm in the middle of a video. I'm telling people about the waitress last night from Dave and Buster's that cried on me.
That is so wrong.
You think that's funny? You still think that's funny?
I just think that's so wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let me finish telling my story and do my reaction. I'll call you back. Bye. So yeah, you see, she's still laughing now and calling me. But anyway, man, yes, that's what happened. It was crazy. You know what I mean? And that's how my night went last night, bro. I try so hard. So let's get to the video, man. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, join the fam, and never forget, once you win, blood in, blood out. And run the likes up, baby. Let's get to the video.
Years ago, I did a somewhat lighthearted video about the creepiest children's drawings. I made jokes about a lot of them, but a few on that list did seem like they might have had some sinister backstories. Over the years, I've gotten a handful of kids' drawings with backstories emailed to me. Today, I'm going to be compiling a few of those into this video. This was the drawing made by a 6-year-old boy in 2012. The picture was found in his room by his older sister Tracy, who sent this to me, who was 14 at the time, and she showed it to her parents. In the picture is the family around the dinner table, drawn in a typical 6-year-old skill level. The reason Tracy showed it to her family is because she could recognize all the family members at the dinner table, even the family dog and cat. Who she couldn't recognize was the man sitting on the floor kind of behind the table. Tracy said in her emails to me that when she was asking her little brother who that man was, he kept shrugging his shoulders and saying he's not allowed to tell. The man was drawn to be dressed in all black and has reddish-brown curly hair, as you can see. Because of her little brother's refusal to explain who that fifth person in the picture was, she showed it to her parents, explaining that he likely had an imaginary friend or was pretending to be seeing ghosts. After the parents confronted the child at dinner, asking who the man in the picture was, the boy made a pouty face and shrugged his shoulders. He did this anytime they asked, with the most detailed answer from his mouth being, "I'm not allowed to tell." The parents, specifically the dad, weren't fazed by it, as really a 6-year-old could draw anything and create some kind of crazy story in their head behind it.
That would be me. Dads are always so naive. We are. Come on, man. It's just kid in his imagination.
Tracy would be responsible for watching her brother often when their parents weren't home. And one day when she was left in charge of watching him, she heard her brother talking to someone in his room. Upon getting to his room, she learned he was just playing with his toy car set on the floor, talking to most likely himself as he played. Tracy asked if he was talking to anyone. He looked at her and shrugged his shoulders again, pouting his face. Tracy then noticed some candies on the floor of her brother's room. A specific kind of green apple flavored candy that she'd never seen her mother buy before. She asked him where he got this, and he ignored her, going back to playing. Tracy took the candies, and that angered her brother, yelling, "Give them back." She waited until her parents returned home to ask if either of them had bought the unusual candy. Since the boy was only 6 and it was summer break, aka receiving the candies at school wasn't even a possibility, the random candies appearing in the boy's room became a concern. Even as the boy was scolded and pressed by his parents as to where he got the candies from, he still just made his pouty, angry face and ignored them. The boy was grounded by his father until he would answer the question, so he wasn't allowed to leave his room. The family checked the closets in his room, under the bed, even the closets outside of the room. The idea that someone was inside of the house was out the window. On that same night that he was grounded, Tracy sat close to her bedroom door instead of on her bed, so that she would easily hear if and when her brother in the next room would start talking. And sure enough, when he did, which to note was way past her brother's bedtime, she jumped up and ran to his room, opened the door, and saw her little 6-year-old brother standing at his open window talking to a man who looked as though he were about to climb into the room. Tracy screamed for her mom and dad, causing the man at the window to flee, and her brother began to cry. Once Tracy told her parents that a man was talking to her brother through his window, the police were called. The boy still refused to talk at first, but with the police there, he eventually said that his friend told him not to tell anyone about him, or that he couldn't come and play anymore. When asked his friend's name and age, he said he didn't know. When asked what the two of them would do, the boy said he would come with snacks and candies for him and just play with toys. When asked how they met, He said they met in front of the house one day when the man stopped on his bike and gave him some candy. After offering to come back with more candies and snacks, Tracy's brother told him which bedroom window was his, and that's when this started.
I'm putting bars on the windows, bro. Are you kidding me? I'm blowing up everything. And you talking about a kid who grew up with bars on his windows, man. Yeah. When we lived in New Jersey, we had, and then when we moved down here, we had bars on the windows. Like, before we got out of that mentality of that city crazy life, it was bars on the windows, bro. We might have to go back to that, fam. No.
Submitted to me all the way back in 2015. This was sent by a mother of 2 children, a 6-year-old boy and an 8-year-old girl. Almost every night between the hours of 12 and 5 a.m., the boy would come to the parents' bedroom crying that he's scared because someone or something was in his room at the edge of his bed. The boy would claim that every night the person or thing would come out from his closet and move to the same spot at the foot of his bed and just stand there not moving. The first few times the parents would check the boy's bedroom just to make him feel better. The closet door would always be opened. When questioned why the closet door was always open when it was supposed to be shut, he would claim that it was because he was telling the truth about the thing in his closet. Every time the parents would show their son that the closet was empty, he would go back to sleep. Their 8-year-old daughter never had any similar issues to this. For a few nights, the parents would let him start sleeping in their room on the floor with a blanket. Eventually, though, after this had been going on for too long, the parents decided to humor him one more time and asked him to draw what the thing at the foot of his bed looked like. His drawing sent chills down his parents' spines. In the drawing was some grudge-like figure that seems like it would be enough to give a grown man nightmares, let alone a 6-year-old boy. There also appears to be something at the window, and when questioned about this, the boy said that he sees it at the window sometimes too when it's not at the foot of his bed. The parents' solution to this was moving their son's bed to the spare bedroom across the hall that didn't have any big closets. The mom who submitted this couldn't help but get a little creeped out herself at the drawing, and every time he would come crying to their room in the middle of the night. This third and last one is...
I don't know how many... He'd had to sleep with us till he was like 18. like fam. Nah, once my kid tell me something like that, bro, all right, let's go on ahead and knock down some walls. Let's make our room bigger. Like, I don't play about my kid, bro. No, whatever we got to do.
It's a little different in that it's a mix of drawings and writing, and there's 3 different pages of it. This was found by the new babysitter of an 11-year-old boy named Rocco in Ottawa, Canada. The babysitter, who I'll refer to as Alyssa, was needed while the parents of Rocco were away for a week. According to Alyssa, Rocco was very quiet and kept to himself most of the time. He would stay in his room for a majority of the day, and would only come out to get food from the fridge or to go downstairs to play video games. Alyssa tried to befriend the child the first day, but eventually gave up after realizing Rocco either didn't like her or was just a very unfriendly, creepy kid in general. Alyssa would spend the majority of her shifts doing schoolwork and watching movies. She knew Rocco had an obsession with guns because of the amount of toy guns he had. They would lay across the house in varying rooms, ranging from Nerf guns to airsoft guns to varying types of toy guns. Alyssa had never been in Rocco's room yet, though, but one...
Are we raising a terrorist here? What's going on, family?
night, when Alyssa was having trouble sleeping, she heard Rocco sneak into her designated bedroom and was just standing by the doorway. She sat up in her bed and asked Rocco if something wrong. Then she just closed the door quickly and she heard him running back to his room. The next day, Alyssa went into Rocco's room for the first time. Rocco wasn't in there and the light was off. This meant he was in the basement playing video games, as those were the only two rooms he'd ever be in, according to Alyssa. He didn't even seem to seek hanging out with friends. Sprawled out on Rocco's floor were a bunch of papers. The first piece of paper that caught her attention was this drawing of a handgun. It wasn't anything really alarming, it just further demonstrated his fixation on guns. Alyssa dug through the papers though, and found 4 pieces of paper stapled together with 3 different staples. They formed what could best be described as a little storybook. The first page looked to be the cover page, titled The Babysitter. Immediately, Alyssa assumed this little book was about her. But not wanting to get caught reading it, she took pictures of each page of the little booklet, as well as a picture of the handgun drawing, and left the room to go read it on her phone elsewhere.
He plotting to kill her. He is plotting to kill her.
These were the pictures she had taken. This was the second page. Rocco wrote on it, "It was a regular day in the house, when Mom and Dad brought over the babysitter for the first time. There's something about her that I hate. I think it's how ugly she is. She's a huge nerd. I don't want her in the house. Not sure why my mom and dad hired her. I think I'm gonna have to kill her." The drawing on the page.
I knew it, bro. I knew it. A little kid back there plotting. The guns everywhere should have been her first sign.
Was supposed to be Alyssa sitting on the couch on her phone, and Rocco spying on her through the doorway. This was the next page. It's day 3 and she's still here. Parents think I'm a baby or something that needs an annoying, ugly babysitter that eats all our food and drinks. In this drawing, Rocco appears to be grabbing a kitchen knife while Alyssa's in the fridge. The child's disdain for his babysitter becomes increasingly apparent in a disturbing manner. But the next and last page is by far the worst. It says, "She caught me sneaking into her room. I have to be quieter next time." The picture is quite obviously Rocco holding a knife behind his back while Alyssa lay asleep in her bed. The implications of this picture are beyond transparent. Alyssa returned to Rocco's room while he was still in the basement, and lo and behold found a small kitchen knife on his bedside nightstand. Alyssa sent the pictures of the drawings and knife to Rocco's parents and then called them. At first the parents tried to convince her he must be joking around, but they were apparently easily convinced.
Nah, you need to come pick little Rocco up. I'm already on the way home. He had the house by himself. Shoot. He say he can handle himself per his book. He think he don't need no babysitter. Well, guess what? He ain't got one right now. Y'all better go get him. Little Rocco home by himself, and you lucky I ain't do something to him. What?
That Rocco could have monstrous intentions. They had Rocco's grandmother take over that same day. Alyssa left the house never informing the police or any other authorities. She accepted her payment for the 2 weeks that night, and she accepted the parents' apologies, but not without recommending that they take their son to get some serious help.
Yeah, see, that's somebody who grow up and do something terrible, and then you look back and the signs were always there, right there in that little booklet right there. That's insane, bro. Like, she lucky, bro. She lucky she picked up on it soon, because he was plotting to do her in. Whether it have been by knife. What if the pops had guns around there and the kid just knew how to get access to it? He could have shot her. He could have been practicing with his little toy guns or whatever that was around the house. Like, fam, no. 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 Yeah, I'd have left him right there without hesitation. Oh, you tried to kill me? Think this a game, man. Listen, man. Yeah, y'all be careful out there, y'all babysitters. And yeah, be careful. That's all I can say. It's your boy L, man. Y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought of this video and the story from the beginning, man. Still hilarious to me till this day. Still hilarious today. We still laughing about it. It's your boy L, man. Till the next reaction, I'm out. Peace. Y'all stay solid. Hey.